morning and welcome to another edition of Sports Junkies. My name is Gary Wolfel. I'm a reporter for the Racine Journal-Times. And joining me today is Dan Miller, the head football coach at St. Catherine's High School.
Thanks for having me on.
Who said we're going to have you on yet? This is going to be a quick show.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for coming in.
No
And
problem.
before we get started talking about your football team of this year, I want to turn back the clock a little bit and talk about last year. And you had kind of like a storybook season. I think you were 9-2. You went to the semifinals in the state football playoffs. And you had some really, really good players, I thought. I mean, I just thoroughly enjoyed watching your team. I mean, it was fundamentally sound, offensively, defensively, and you can't forget the special teams, the three aspects.
You bet.
But let's catch up with some of the kids that graduated from your team from last year and what they're doing now. Yeah, maybe like 3 or 4. Obviously, you don't want to have time to go through, but
we had 5 seniors that played both ways. We can start with Chris Zarnecki, who played defensive end and right tackle for us, and I believe he's going either to Marquette or Milwaukee.
Nice.
And had a lot of academic scholarships and stuff like that. Just a phenomenal kid.
He's going to start up a football program at Marquette.
Yeah, maybe.
They did have one time.
They did?
Back in the 60s.
Yes,
yeah,
definitely. Connor Nave, who played linebacker for us and our U-back position, is going to UW Milwaukee, and he actually played in the All-Star game for the South and had a great game. Had a lot of big hits, and we brought up a bunch of boys up for that game, and it was just a very exciting experience for his last high school game ever. And then we have Jose Ramirez, who played linebacker, defensive end, as well as left guard for us, and he's going up to my alma mater, Northern Michigan.
There you go.
And has been texting me a little bit about his early camp, and he's doing really well. He's conditioned.
Do they call that place Miller Stadium?
No, they don't. No.
They haven't renamed it yet after you. Or
the
anything.
Superior Dome.
Yeah, there you go.
Largest wooden frame dome in the world.
Is that right?
Yeah, 14 stories, but it's solid framed and built by the Olympic Training Center that funded by that and so on that up there. But just a beautiful setting for indoor football up in the north.
Yeah, when people talk about Northern Michigan, they talk about Steve Mariucci and Tom Izzo and Dan Miller.
Yeah, right.
I hear those three all the time.
Northern Michigan hockey. That's right, Northern Michigan hockey. Okay. When I was up there, they won the national championships.
Wow, that was nice,
so,
yeah.
1991, I think it was. So,
wow.
Little date back there.
Sure.
But so Jose's doing a great job up there. His the conditioning is going really well, and we're really hoping for big things for him up there at Northern Michigan. And then Andrew Smith, who's going to McAllister in Minnesota, highly academic school, but he wanted to play quarterback, and they wanted him to come up there and do just that. And he had a lot of different opportunities to go as an athlete to a couple different schools. But elected to go up there. He made a great connection last summer when he went up there for visiting in a camp. And so he's going to be playing quarterback for McAllister. And then obviously last but not least is Kelly Thomas. And, the only kid that's going D1 out of the city, county to Wisconsin. Started in June. They got him up there right away. And he put on already 15, 20 pounds. Wow. They gave him a jersey number 66.
Well, that was funny that you showed me before you came on the air a picture of his uniform, number 66. Right. And it was like a proud father showing his little baby,
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's where it came from. It came from Mom and Dad. They sent me a text of his jersey and just a lot of thank yous and stuff. So I sent that out to all my coaches because they all had a part of Kelly's development and turning into a young man and having that ability to push his levels since he came into us as a ninth grader at like 6'5". So he was a young man to start with, and we had to develop that. And I had a great coaching staff that definitely pushed him to the level that he's at right now. And he also played in the All-Star game for the South team with Connor Nave, and the first 3 plays or so, he made a couple tackles and they stopped running his way.
Smart coach.
He definitely came into that game in shape, and Wisconsin's doing a great job with him right now.
Just 2 other quick questions. He's playing what position at Wisconsin?
He's going to play defensive end. Yeah.
Defensive end. And then how much, you said he put on about 15 pounds or whatever?
Yeah, I believe he's up to like
260,
265.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's almost the ideal
definitely.
weight then.
Oh, it is. And he's got a lot of room to gain more weight. He was a 3-sport athlete at St. Catherine's, and that's what we promote in our players, our athletes. So really excited to see what he can do up there.
Gotcha. Say, every year that you come on the show, we talk about your camp that you go to up near Madison. And I can't remember the exact location.
Well, it's up in Cambridge, Wisconsin.
Cambridge.
It's called Willerup Bible Camp. It's right on Lake Ripley, and just a beautiful lake setting there. It's right next to Ripley Park, where we can line about 90 yards of field, total exact width, dimensions, and everything like that.
No kidding.
It takes us about 45 minutes to line that field while the kids are getting in their rooms and everything. And
so they have like dorms right there?
Willerup's a dorm setting with cabins as well.
Wow.
Bedding and everything's there included, and then obviously we wouldn't and I wouldn't be able to run this camp without my wife Natasha and Faith and DJ and my kids that have come up for years. Lexi, they all help and cook for the boys.
Yeah.
So you're talking about 30, 40 boys, and you double that order. And they're cooking for 80 almost each and every meal.
Who, your wife?
My wife and daughter did it this year.
Oh,
Faith.
man, you better be sending her roses.
Oh, definitely. There's definitely, they get their time to,
Holy cow.
I take them out and, try and, nothing can compare to the time that they put in for
Yeah,
the camp.
absolutely.
But they're vested in the program, and I'm just very thankful. And this year was really special because my wife's grandma is 83 years old, and she's she came to us from Las Vegas.
Oh.
And so she came up to the camp for the first time, and so we had Granny Jean
What did she
up
run?
at camp.
She coordinate the defense? Show
She
you some
did.
tips?
Yes. She gave me a few pointers on how to do that.
Wow.
So
Now,
that was great.
Now, you probably know this better than me, but that's really unique. I don't know of any other high school teams that actually have like a formal gathering somewhere before the start of the
I don't know.
camp.
It's something that Shad Smith, who has coached with us, with me for years we went to high school together, we went to college together, and then we coached at Park together, and he came to St. Catherine's with me when I made the move over there. He's retired this year. Spending more time with the boys and wife at home, but his family's been a part of Willerup Bible Camp for many years.
Okay, is that how it actually started?
That's how it started. He said, "Hey, let's bring the boys up and build some team unity, and do some team building activities." And we do that. We have what's called the Pride Wars. We go to the chapel and we pull their names out of the hat to get 3 teams. And we have a kickball tournament. We have a water relay tournament. We have a volleyball tournament, which is right by a bowling alley set right there. And then we come home and we have a dodgeball tournament to finish it up.
There you go. So this is over how many days?
3 days.
3 days. Oh, I would imagine it's invaluable from a bonding standpoint.
It is. We do have a conditioning challenge as well. The hill, we call it. So. We have a talk at the fire. We have a big bonfire and talk about team goals. Just have time for them to, outside of practice and team building activities, for them to just relax and get to know each other, especially the freshmen.
I'll bet.
And with 20 new freshmen coming in, the dynamic was totally different this year.
That must be a thrill for those freshmen, though.
I think
a lot. They know these older kids, and they're probably in some ways idols to them. In some respects.
Exactly, because through our youth program, they've been watching these boys. The juniors and seniors. They've been watching them play for 3 years, now, 4 years.
Sure.
And now they're strapping it up with them, and now they're talking to them and not getting coached by them. Because our high school boys for our youth program, they coach the youth kids every Monday.
I see. Gotcha.
So yeah.
Well, let's talk about your current team, and on paper at least, it looks pretty promising. I think you have 7 starters back in offense and 6 on defense, or vice versa, but that's obviously a very good core to build on. Tell me about your offense first. I know Bumpus is back at wide receiver.
Yes.
And
Titanaro.
Yeah, he's got to be one of the better wide receivers in the county, I would think.
In the state.
In the state.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. He ran a 4.35 40 this the first day of conditioning and testing. Same with Terry on. So I mean, we have tremendous speed on the outside.
4.35.
4.35, and that was my hand time. I'm a track coach.
That's faster than you.
Yeah, that's a lot faster than me. We had a couple guys in 4.5 range as well. Ethan Letch ran a 4.5. So we have a lot of speed at the skill position, and but Titanaro has really picked up his game over this summer, along with Terrion, and just putting a lot of work in. They work out with DJ Smith, one of our coaches,
sure,
who also works at Experience.
Okay.
And is trains personally and just does a phenomenal job with the latest techniques and enhancing speed drills and stuff. So
yeah, you've been really fortunate to have some good quarterbacks in the last few years.
Right.
Last year with Smith was, an outstanding quarterback.
Yeah.
Now this year there's kind of a question mark, at least from looking from the outside.
Sure.
I've heard that you're looking at 2 guys alternating back for Milder and Bumpus.
Correct.
Is that what you want to do going into the season, alternate these 2 guys, or do you want to settle on one quarterback?
No, definitely. We're going to run a 2-quarterback system here. Both boys did not play quarterback last year.
Okay.
Maybe a play here and there.
Yeah.
But Andrew Smith had a phenomenal year. He excelled. He stayed healthy, and it was his show.
Sure.
And he waited 4 years for it. He played wide receiver for 3 years for us.
Right.
Waiting for this opportunity. It came for him, and he took it in stride. And that's one reason why he's playing up at McAllister right now. I mean, not a lot of film on the kid at quarterback, but they knew he was a great athlete and had a head for the game.
So are you going to tailor your offense to these 2 guys, whatever their strengths and weaknesses are, and then kind of shuffle them in?
Not at all. We're looking at it more of a personality.
Okay.
Put your personality into this position. They both are learning the offense from the ground up.
Huh.
No packages whatsoever. They're both smart, intelligent kids.
Yeah.
They both have abilities. Throwing and passing, running, toughness. They have all those attributes. And we want to make sure that the team also understands that these 2 are our quarterbacks.
That's what I was going to get to, because sometimes that can be a little disruptive having someone else come in. But
sure,
if your offensive lineman and the rest of the offensive group has faith in them, it shouldn't be an issue.
Exactly, and that's the thing. I mean, it's a coin toss. I mean, it's going to be. We want the team to understand that it's that simple.
Sure.
This is not like, we feel this is, he can give us this, or the other, boy can give us that.
Gotcha.
It's simply put your stamp on this position, grow within this position for this first year of varsity football. We have 2 non-conference games, so we're going to give them that opportunity throughout the non-conference games and the season to develop that, become comfortable with the position. Because the key is they're both great athletes. So when they're not playing quarterback, they're playing on offense at another position.
Gotcha.
Terrion Bumpus will go right to receiver. Okay. And then Robbie Milder will go right to U-back.
Sure.
They have to play. They're going to be playing defense also. We're just going to have to find time to get them off the field a little bit. That's going to be my problem.
It sounds like a nice dilemma, though.
It is.
You already have two talented players.
Yeah, definitely excited.
We're heading to the finish line with this interview, but quickly, the conference. Are you guys projected as the favorites in the conference, or who has that distinction?
Well, the paper sees it, or the
St.
website see it. See it the way it is.
Yeah.
BCC Catholic Central definitely has the upperclassmen and the experience team in this conference this year, with Kreskin and Highland-Thal and the offensive linemen and D linemen coming back. That's the biggest thing. People counted us out last year with just 5 seniors,
exactly.
But 3 of them were linemen.
Nobody saw that coming.
3 of them were linemen, and going both ways, and that goes, I think, farther than maybe talent at the skill position. I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't this year now.
Yeah, right.
But
right.
we have some young kids coming in that
Yeah.
are going to fill those offensive line positions very well, we feel.
And what is your personal goal for this team? Obviously, you want to win, go as far as you can in the playoffs, but do you have any other thing in mind as far as an objective?
Well, no,
for this team?
that's the message has always been the same.
Mm-hmm.
We want to first make the playoffs.
Okay.
Then we first want to challenge for a conference title. And then the next one is go as far as we possibly can in the playoffs. And this year, with the dynamic of having 20 freshmen, we added that we want to develop those freshmen to understand the tradition of our program,
mm-hmm.
what we've done in the last 12 years at St. Catherine's, and to buy into it and to be angel strong.
I can't believe this is your 13th season, right?
12th year,
12th,
yeah.
I mean, it just like was yesterday you were named head coach. So, well, thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
It's always enjoyable, and best of luck this season. And thank you for watching another edition of Sports Junkies.